Hey guys, so there's a movie coming out this weekend, okay? And it's called The Hunt. The Hunt, okay? That's the name of the movie, The Hunt. Now, this movie was going to be released last year, okay? Last year, 2019, but it got pulled. The Hunt got canceled. Why? Because it was very super mega clear that the movie was about liberal elites, drugging, kidnapping, and then releasing conservatives, specifically Trump-supporting conservatives, into a game reserve to be hunted. So the hunt refers to Democrats drugging, kidnapping, and then releasing Republicans, Trump supporters, conservatives, into a game reserve, a hunting game reserve, and hunt them down. Very clear. And so that's about as, when you get inside the mind of a lefty, a Hollywood lefty, the brain of the left, right? This is kind of like torture porn for the left, right? This is what they want to do. Think of the Covington Catholic kids, right? The Covington Catholic kid, when the old Indian guy walked up to his face and started banging the drum in his face, and the Covington Catholic kid, 17-year-old white boy, just stood there and smiled. And he was probably thinking to himself, well, if this is what crazy old Indian guy wants to do, well, then just let him do it. I think it's kind of funny and stupid, banging a drum in my face, but I'm just going to stand here and do nothing, create peace, make peace, not war. And he demonstrated 5 seconds earlier that he was trying to calm his guys down. No fight, no fight, no fighty, fight. He was a very, 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 very good boy in every way. And then CNN edits it down and then paints a narrative on the edited down video clip. And then all of the left just got bloodthirsty. Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Bomb the school, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill them all. So the left really showed their true colors. A 17-year-old kid, just, like CNN lies about this kid, right? Just paints a picture of, white kid bad, old Indian guy good. And then they go straight to the lynch. Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. And I'm not joking. It was kind of like Kathy Griffin and the beheaded head of, the headless Trump, right? Cutting off the head of Donald Trump. And like that Extension who recently, not too long ago, took a bullet to the head, so he's dead now. But Extension hanging a white kid in his music video. The death wishes of the left is just insane. What about the black guy that was assassinating the white police officers that were trying to keep the Black Lives Matter protests safe? There's no end. What about the Chicago kidnapping, where those black drunk kids kidnapped that white autistic, young man, and then they scalped him, made him drink water from the toilet, and all the rest? The left is insane. They've got blood. They got fucking blood all over their fucking faces, and they just can't get enough. satanic, evil, bloodthirsty, and it's all their own doing. Like they just get into it's just all hate. You wonder why all these movies are just full of hate. It's either agenda or nihilism. Hate, hate, hate. It's because the right is about a good, strong family, a goody, good, 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 all the things, and the left is just literally against that. The left want a good ba-ba-ba, and the left hate that. They hate good things. Now we're going to get into all the ways that this hunt is just, it's just porn for leftists. Okay? This is pornography, torture pornography for leftists. And so it got pulled last year because of there was a shoots, right? There was some people that were going around being nasty, shoot, mass shootings. So Donald Trump put out a tweet saying, maybe you don't want to, promote political violence, you dumbasses over there in Hollywood, you stupid faggots in Hollywood. Maybe you don't want to be promoting super mega violence. But whatever, right? So, like whatever, however this now, so the movie got pulled. Pulled. It went away. It disappeared. It did not get a release into the movie theater. It got disappeared. But now it's back, and it's coming up this weekend. So Jason Blum, we'll see all the things. I'll try to hit everything, right? Jason Blum from Blumhouse has brought this movie back. 2012. Brought the movie back, and there it is. Now they're going to use they're going to market the movie like, oh my goodness, Donald Trump didn't want you to see this movie and ba 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 ba, right? They're going to use the controversy to try to sell the movie. Well, they are using the controversy of it being, Democrats hunting conservatives, right? So they're going to try to they're going to try to make up some lost money by using the controversy. And here's going to be all the quotes, right? And they're going to just try to, I don't know what the fucking pig is, the hunt pig, whatever, cancel out the old release date and do it this year. Now, I have no idea if this movie went back to the drawing board. I have no idea if this movie coming out this year, this weekend, March 1-3, 2020, I have no idea if this movie is exactly the same as the previous movie, or did the biggity bosses over there at the hunt, say, well, let me see the movie. All this controversy, right? Let me see the movie. Okay, you're going to have to go tone it down. Go tone it down. So they changed the movie? I have no idea. Will they admit? They'll say whatever they think they want to say to get more money. So they will lie all the way. And maybe they'll tell the truth, but you'll never know because they're Hollywood people, right? Have you not realized that everything coming out of the mouth of somebody in Hollywood is a lie? It's mixed with the truth, but I mean, they will say anything to sell their movie. Now you can say, well, that's what they're supposed to do. Okay, but it also means that all of the things that come out of your face, I can't believe it. Whether it be the director, and by the way, we'll get into all that. Whether it be the director, the producer, the money people, the actors, every single face, all of the brain to mouth to the air, to the cameras or whatever's, you can't trust it. You can't trust what is, coming out of their face. Because as I say, they will say anything to sell their movie. Like all of the people could have gone back to see their movie, ABC Inc. Just great. They're all gonna lie. That's what they do. They're actors, right? Even the director and producer and the money people behind the cameras, they're all liars. They lie for a living to sell their shit. These talk shows that they go on, you're like the late night talk shows and stuff, it's all pre-planned. It's all pre-planned, and it's just one big lie. Now, I guess they're going to say that they're truthful sometimes, but then they're going to have to, ask us what, then my response to them is, well, how do we know when you're telling the truth and when you're lying? Just to sell your movie or to sell your shit or just to sell your personality, right? How many, like when you're different in front of the camera versus behind the camera, right? When you're different, isn't that a lie? You're just acting to be liked so that you can get the next acting role or whatever, or to sell that next communist idea to the stupid commies of the world, right? This weekend, March 1/3, it's in 3 days from now. This movie comes to the movie theater. This is the movie that got canceled last year because of the political. Are you sure you want to be this stupid? So this movie went away. Now, did it go back to the drawing board to get edited or changed in some way? I have no idea. But I can promise you that whatever comes out of their faces, right? Whatever comes out of their faces, you won't be able to believe. Right? It's just like everything else. And like, like 1 + 1 = 2 sometimes. You can't believe what they have to say about it. They will lie. Kathleen Kennedy said, yes, we had a plan from the very beginning about, planned out trilogy. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. The lies coming from everybody over there it's just one great big long string of lies. And then you add the acting. So you never, this is why this is one of the reasons why this industry is going away. It's because it's all lies. And in front, behind the camera, it's just lies everywhere. It's like the only time that they're telling the truth of what's inside of their heart is when they're saying things like kill all white men in front of the camera. Donald Trump is Hitler. That's actually the only time that they're really kind of telling the truth. And to be honest, maybe they're not. Maybe they just know that they have to say it in order to go along, to get along. Maybe they're actually conservatives, deep at heart, Republicans, but they know that they can't, see or talk about, they can't talk about that because of the industry. They'll get blacklisted and then they'll never be able to work again. But still, that's a lie. So if you're just faking it, right? I don't know. So it's just the sheer amount of lies and bullshit. It's all just meant to, it's just one big long commercial. These people and their entire existence is about one, it's like a car commercial or soap or an automobile commercial. It's just making sure that you buy their product and they will say or do anything in order to get there. And then they just, because they live in a world of lies and, like 100% divorce rates, they're all scumbags, right? Epstein Islands and child labor and, all the rest of it, vanity, narcissism, ego, too much money, nepotism, and then all of the other stuff that, brings forth to talentlessness, like, just fix it in post, shaky cam because the scene was actually done really, really badly, so we'll just do shaky cam and edit it all over the place to make it look like we actually filmed something interesting and fix it in post. Don't worry about it, they'll fix it in post. Laziness. green screens everywhere, so nothing looks real or, like nothing feels tangible. It's just like a great big high resolution computer screen. And all sorts of things, stuff like that, right? Just on and on. And then you add you add in just the sheer quality, of the garbage that they pump out. Now, when you see this movie, and I can take you all the way back. I know not everything, but I've been following horror. This is a horror movie, well, hunting other people down. That's pretty horrific, right? And it's from Blumhouse. And the tippity top guy at Blumhouse, his name is Jason Blum, 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 right? And how about this? How about we show you a little bit about, Jason Blum? Come on, why did... Oh, he's booed? That'll be interesting. We have to vote. This trailer. There's the one about the elites. Kill. And by the way, this Jason Blum guy, I used to like him. Honestly, he's just the money guy behind the scenes. He's just the biggity boss. Let me, Jason Blum, my whole fucking computer keyboard is pissing me off. It needs a recharge of some sort. Okay. Why that should have been tippity top. Okay, so here we are from Bleeding Cool. So let's start here. This is Jason Blum right here. That's Jason Blum. Jason Blum from Blumhouse, and here he is.
Tell us what the concept of this movie is, and what is the take on it that makes it so much fun?
Avidete is about a girl who has to solve her own murder after being trapped in a time loop.
But there's a lot of humor behind that. It's not just straight up scare.
Yeah, no. I mean, we wanted the movie to be scary, but we also felt that because of her situation, because she's trapped in the same day, and they're...
This guy is so gay, it's unbelievable, right? Like, does it get gayer than that?
Therefore becomes predictable. That in the effort to solve her own murder, she also can start manipulating things, and that really lends itself to the humor, I think, angle of it all.
That's such a dumb... I don't know, you're the director? Did that make any sense? Do you know how to talk there, director, gay guy director? And by the way, your boss, Jason Blum over here, is gonna, subtly tell you that you're a fucking idiot. I get it. Jason Blum, his business model is, I give 13 cents to 0 directors, because nobody works for 13 cents unless they're a 0, and then they go off and make a movie, and that's my business model. So I just have tiny amounts of money to hand out to to people, and because it's a tiny amount of money, only either desperate or zeros come to work for me. But that answer was really stupid. That was just a bunch of words strung together that were fucking meaningless. But whatever. And Jason Blum is catching on to this, right? Oh my god, he's fucking an airhead. That doesn't even make any sense. We're trying to sell a fucking movie here, folks.
Because she doesn't care anymore. She can do whatever she wants.
Yeah, that empowerment montage is like my favorite part.
Yeah.
So talk about.
Of course, Chicky Poo doing the interviewing loved this movie. This movie is very unoriginal. It's just a horror version of Groundhog's Day. The politics of the movie were your typical libtarded but soft. Okay, in the old days, softy soft. It didn't club you over the head. Okay, with its politics. But as Chicky Chick died and then woke up the next, kept reliving the same day. She would die at the end of the day, and then she would go back to the previous day and be alive again. Just like Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. Just relive the same day over again, but at the end of each day, she would die. As she moved through the movie, the more gooder she became, the gooder the person, the better the person, the more nicey nice of a person she became, the more left she became. And that's the propaganda of this film, is like, the gooder you become, the more lefty you become. The more environmental friendly, the more pro-gay, the more just all of that kind of stuff, right? As you become nicey nice, you become more lefty left, which is not true, but whatever. It's true to the lefties.
The things that she does when there's no consequences.
I mean, she's eating, whatever she wants. I mean, she's doing all the wish fulfillment things that we all have. She's, no concerns about calories.
See, and now the gay really starts to shine, right? I'm so worried that my butt doesn't come big because I really like the pee-pees in my bums. And, I really don't want a big fat butt. And, so if, if I could have a day without consequences, I'm going to just talk about food because I'm obsessed with food because I want a slim waist and I want a nice bubble butt for the boys to put their pee-pees in. And I'm just going to obsess about food because I'm a girly boy and on and on and on, right? Like, this guy is so gay.
Friday, and she's walking around naked. She's telling people off. She's making amends. She kind of gets to sort of run the gamut and really gets to do everything that we all fantasize about.
We all fantasize about eating potato chips and walking around naked. You're an airhead, aren't you? You're a fucking airhead. No wonder you're making movies for minimum wage with Blumhouse. Anyway, now see the thing is with this formula, right? Is Jason Blum hits the jackpot. See, like, even if the money is a bomb, even if it tanks, enough people came to see it to sort of, give it its money back, because there's so little money put into the movie. No matter how bad it performs, it still kind of makes money. But then there's a bomb is kind of still okay. And then you just move up the ladder, right? There's a little bit of above bomb, and then there's a medium, kind of, and then there's the hit, right? But every single one costs very little to make. But for some reason, they just love this Jason Blum guy all the way, and he's just the king of low budget horror movies, and he's also behind The Hunt. You will see in a moment where his head is at, but I'm just making fun of this guy because he's a freaking, I don't know, does he have much to offer? Making a successful horror movie doesn't mean you're a genius. And by the way, this movie isn't genius. All of the ideas are stolen. just a copy. Um, it's just a copy of Groundhog's Day with a murder at the end. Is that mask a big thing? The babyface mask? I don't. Some people, It's a fun little movie, but I mean, is he ever going to be able to do anything like this again? No, I guess you don't have to. You can just be middle of the road, just kind of, okay movies. And then, again, of course, it was a female lead, and of course, the lefty agenda of course, the better you get as a human being, the more left you are, which is bullshit. We'll see that in a minute, right? But anyway, Jason Blum is sitting here listening to his director trying to sell the movie, and kind of be a really super mega wishy-washy homo. But so he's gonna step in soon.
Really?
What would you do if you had a day with no consequences?
I would do what she does. I would start by eating. I think I would just eat everything.
I would take
out
current administration.
That's a great answer.
I would take out the current administration, kill Trump. What would you do if you had a day without consequences? Take out the current administration. So I would assassinate the president. What do you have to say about all the people that voted for him and wanted him in office? No, he don't care. Look at that smile on his face. Super happy, right? Super happy, all happy, happy, happy. I would take out the current administration, right? And then she, the interviewer, like he is at first a bit shocked, right? Wow, he wants to, at first, in the very first little, before his mind, like he's kind of shocked.
That's a great answer.
See, he's like, wow, that was deep and dark. He doesn't know how to react, but he's not really a full human being yet. But Chicky Poo, the interviewer, of course, she's Access Media. She wants to be on the other side of this camera, right? All the Hollywood people are all just together, sucking each other off. It's just like it's one single mind, right? And if you're not of their mind, by the way, they kick you out. What's her name from Will and Grace, right? Will and Grace said it pretty good, right? We don't need all these. This is the Hunt movie, just another article about it. Will and Grace, what is it? What's her name? Deborah Messing. Deborah, come on. I'm really getting sick of this keyboard. Deborah Messing, Blacklist. So she was like, okay, so Trump was doing a fundraiser, and Deborah Messing came out and said, just put everybody who goes to the everybody that goes to the fundraiser, right? Everybody that goes to the fundraiser, whatever, I don't even care. I don't know if this is the right thing or not. But anyway, she actually opened from her brain out of her mouth, right? Everybody that goes to that Trump fundraiser, put them on a list and then blacklist them. And that is, it's not supposed to be spoken out loud. It's not supposed to be said out loud. These are supposed to be any thoughts. You're not supposed to, this is the secret of their success, right? This is how the Hollywood stays all lefty, is by blacklisting anyone who is not part of their group. And that's how they just cancel them, kick them out. But it's supposed to be done undercover. You're not supposed to talk, advertise about being a pedo or a murderer or looking for somebody to kill your husband or whatever it happens to be. You're supposed to do that under the cover of the cloak of darkness and secrecy. But she just said it. From her brain, out of her mouth, came everybody that goes to this Trump fundraiser, put them on a list and blacklist them so that they can't work in Hollywood again. Add them to the blacklist, the Hollywood blacklist. I guess she's too stupid, even though she's Jewish. She's too stupid to know that those are supposed to be any thoughts. And, everybody's on it, just like you are. Probably 100% of anybody in your life, right? They're all left-wing. Because you're a communist fucking Jap. Jewish American princess, they call them. And, so you do it in your life, and you're just... And everybody else, all of the other retards in Hollywood do it too. So that's how they kicked everybody else out. And that's one of the reasons why Hollywood is tanking, is because right-wingers just don't want to have anything to do with your mental illness. Like, look at AO... Like, I don't think you understand, like, how stupid you are. Like, this lefty shit, fucking communism, socialism, your fucking AOC, we're all gonna die in 12 years. All of the things that you have going on in your head, like, what's going on? You can't be this stupid. You are wrong about everything. Men are better than you. You make babies in your bellies, men don't. There's no equality going on. Shut up. Every time chicks get together and do things, it's a flop. In business and everywhere. Everywhere all the time. Because they are less intelligent and emotional retards. And then if you add on that pregnancies and menopause and periods, women are just a scrambled egg brain. We're lucky that we, and every single one of them needs a man to fucking keep the crazy under control. But no, whatever. Go out and be the CEO of the business and then watch it tank. And then what? Now what? All of your movies just tank. Everything that you do just tanks. The more power you get, the worse things do. Right? Why don't you go out and start a business? Oh, you do, and then it tanks, flops. There's no, it's because we already know this stuff. You know how, the man at home is like, oh my God, my crazy girlfriend is going at it again. She just won't shut up and is blah, 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 blah. That's all women all the time. We know it. Men have bigger brains. They're smarter, higher IQ. And that's on a good day. On a bad day, a woman is on her period and pregnant and maybe going through menopause. Or just having a hot flash or something like that, and then she's really fucking crazy. But all of your ideas are just so fucking goddamn dumb. Well, you're not going to give up on them, right? You're going to fucking just dig your heels in and kick all those nasty Christian conservatives out of Hollywood. So that's all that's left is a bunch of crazy lunatics like yourself. And then say goodbye to the industry, right? YouTube takes over. People would rather watch a fucking YouTube video than anything you got to offer. Right? All of your stupid agenda. Elites Kill Deplorables, a new horror film called The Hunt. That's how all three of these people, the executive, the director, and the chickie poo behind the camera, are all of the same brain. Oh, that was a great answer. That was a great answer. Because they do what Deborah Messing said. Deborah Messing is like, put all these right-wingers on a list and kick them out. So they do. They leave. They have their happy families and they, become engineers or mathematicians or, Wall Street people or whatever. and you're just left with a bunch of people that agree with you, and then you say something like, "I want to kill the president."
I would take out the current administration.
That's a great answer.
So, and at first, you're like, "Oh, shocked! Oh my goodness, is it okay to laugh about something like that?" And then the interviewer, like, they're all of the same mind. They're all the same. None of these three people are thinking about Republicans that are going to see, or Trump supporters that are going to see their movie. Because they're just, and it doesn't happen overnight, folks. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow decline. People just find something else to do. It's like, what? I voted for Trump, and then I see this interview with the Happy Death Day director and the producer and some chick that probably wants to suck them both off for her job next, for the next job, trying to climb her way up through the ranks by doing the interviews instead of being the interviewee, right? Oh, that was just such a great answer. Really? Really? You're promoting a movie and then you just decide to come out with murder, assassination. So that's the mind of your producer, okay? Let's make something clear. That is the guy behind The Hunt. Now, it's not just The Hunt. Now, some people talk about something called the Trump derangement syndrome. Here's another one. They pulled the trailer for it on ESPN. ESPN is Disney. Get this maniac out of office. Who's the maniac? Who is he referring to? On Trump. Yeah, he's got major Trump derangement syndrome. He gets his life views from the Hollywood bubble circle that he hangs out in, and I guess CNN. He doesn't think for himself. And by the way, I'm no blind Trump supporter. I'm not. I'm a right-winger. I believe in individuality and everybody's their own person. And we need to get as fucking close to individuality as possible. We are all individuals and need to be treated as individuals. I'm not a collectivist. The left pushes towards groups and collectivism, socialism, communism. The right pushes towards individualism, capitalism. Everybody needs to be treated as an individual. Don't group people up by white or black or anything. But he's going to say that he loves everybody. He loves all the minorities until they get in his way, by the way. He loves all those minorities until Hollywood producer Jason Blum booed off stage at LA Israel Film Festival after blaming Trump for rising anti-Semitism. Booed off stage. You might get to see that video? No?
Security on stage immediately, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
Thank you. Thank you for honoring me.
Watch behind you. Please take your seats.
Enjoy the
ladies and
movie,
gentlemen.
and I love and respect all of you who love storytelling. I love you. And now I'm being physically removed. I am. Which is why Trump is not the right guy for us. All right, guys, what about those Dodgers? All right, let's come back and have a seat where you
started putting down Trump, and everybody stood up off their seats and left.
Is that English? You got some work to do, lady. You got some work to do if you want to do the English thing. Was that English? Maybe she's from Israel. Doesn't speak English too good. That sounds of it anyway. Okay, whatever. So, you know, his Trump derangement syndrome maybe went a little too far with some of the Jews. And this is the problem with trying to speak for people. You know, I hate, you know, like, I'm gay. And I ain't got nothing to do with the fucking left. Fuck you. Every time you say the gay community and you talk for me, I hate you even more. Because you think that you can talk for me. That's the problem with talking for groups. Now, I'm not saying that groups don't exist and we can't get to anything, but the individual is always more important than the group. It's just these guys are just scrambled egg brained. Just insane all the way. So there he is, kicked off a stage or booed off a stage or whatever the fuck happened there. Couldn't really tell. Bad video and audio and stuff. But let's take a look, okay? Let's take a look at his, let's take a look at what he's been up to since Trump got elected. And you tell me if there's not an agenda. Now, I know you haven't seen all these movies. I haven't seen them either. But I am going to do it anyway. Let's go over here. We're going to take a look at where Jason Blum's mind has gone. Now, you saw it. Just take out the current administration, right? You saw it. Here we are. He's going to try to capitalize on the controversy, right? And maybe it'll work. Maybe people come to see the Jason Blum movie that, you know, is that depicts political violence. Now, there's, you know, he's all over the place. So this looks like a lot of stuff. But you got to remember that Trump won in 2016. Trump won in 2016. So in 2016 of planet Earth, 2016, right? Trump is running for election, right? Now, before this movie Get Out, okay, so this came out in February 27. This movie is an absolute 100% guaranteed metaphor for slavery, right? Basically, except for instead of the whip, there was the magic wand, the hypnosis, hypnotizing black people into becoming slaves for white people. It's 100% a guaranteed slave. Now, you say do what you think about slavery, but I can promise you, unless you think like I do, you're completely wrong about everything. This whole white on black slavery in America is such a microscopic piece of the puzzle. It's like a 1,000-piece puzzle, and white on black slavery in America was one piece. What about the 999 other pieces of slavery? No, they don't want to talk about any of that. They don't want to talk about African on African slaves. They don't want to talk about Africans selling the slaves to them. They don't want to talk about the Middle Eastern slave trade. They don't want to talk about the black on black slave stuff that was going on in America. Black people did own black slaves and stuff. No, they don't want to talk about that either, right? They don't want to talk about anything else. They just want to zoom in on that one piece of the puzzle, the slavery puzzle, the one piece, and ignore all the other 999 pieces. Well, I hate to break it to you. To truly understand what this puzzle is about, you need to put the whole puzzle together. And you need to know about all of the other 999 pieces. For example, right here, right now, today, you could take a plane to Africa and buy yourself a slave. Right now. Right now. You will be able to go up to, you'll yippity-yap at a few people, and then they'll point you in directions. And then you will get to a mother willing to sell her child to you, right? You can buy an African baby. And it's not even that hard. You think it's going to be hard? Nope. Nope, not at all. There's some countries that 1 in 25 people are still a slave. Right here, right now, today. That means that there's a lot of slave trading. And when the camera was in the face of this African woman selling her kid, who was crying, "Oh, I don't want to go, I don't want to go." Of course, he's now a slave. Mom just sold him. And then he asked her, "What's going on here?" And she says, "Well, I got to feed the rest of my kids." So it's for the money. It's just how it's being done. It's for the money. She's just doing it for the money. Where's the father? Oh, nobody knows. Nobody even knows who the father is. Right? Just got to feed them. So anyway. But no, what we're going to do is we're going to just constantly harp on the white on black slavery in America, and then we're going to just twist it around a little bit, and then we're going to get a movie called Get Out. And this happened in, Trump takes office in the beginning of January, and the left is going crazy. The left is going nuts. The left is going crazy. And this movie, obviously it takes a while to make movies. I don't know exactly when this movie went into production, and I'm not going to look it up. But it's kind of a thing right now, right? The left is really trying to push hard. Even if Hillary won, the same gobbledygook brain lefty stupidity is still going to be all over the place. So this is the first of, in my opinion, now this might not be because of Trump derangement syndrome. Trump was probably definitely running. He either was running for the nomination of the Republican Party or running for president all throughout 2016 and before. All throughout. And so Trump was certainly on people's brain. Now, in the very beginning, everybody thought, oh, this is just a joke. Trump is just a joke. He's not going to win. But this is still, like, the first of Blumhouse is 2006, I guess, with this Griffin and Phoenix thing. See, a $500,000 movie? How much did it make? $1.3 million. Paranormal Activity, that was a big thing, right? So this is the microscopically small, tiny budget for a movie. And then, bam, look at all the money it made. I don't know, like, was he the only one involved in this movie? Was that I don't know what, and Paramount Pictures? Was he the only production? Blumhouse and Solana? I don't know. But somehow, he got a hold, so it's a combo. Solana and Blumhouse, right? Blumhouse went all the way through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Fair enough. 4, 5. I don't know where number 6 is. Let's just click on number 6, see if he's still involved. Yep. I don't know, it's on this list somewhere, I just didn't see it. The Ghost Dimension, or whatever it was called. There it is, The Ghost. Anyway, so you see, he's been around for a while, and I'm really not seeing any leftist retardation. I'm just seeing a production company, a Jason Blum, that is just doing the thing. Now, The Purge, I guess you could say, is political, right? The Purge is political, but, and I guess it was a black guy that kind of took refuge in the house. Maybe that was a little bit of the lefty sensibilities, but even if it was, I didn't mind it, there's nothing that's standing out in my head, okay? There's nothing standing out in my head that this was an overtly lefty, agenda-driven movie. I even think that even though that these whiteys outside were trying to hunt the black guy, and that is kind of, but it turns out that maybe the black guy was a baddie himself, and he deserved to maybe get the axe. I think that's what happened. I don't remember 100%. But I think it was balanced, right? At first you were like, oh my god, these whiteys outside are hunting a black guy. But then it turns out that, there's a little twist in the movie where, well, actually he was kind of a bad guy himself. But, that's interesting, right? And it's balanced, both sides. There's nothing that, and again, nothing is going on, really, in my opinion. I haven't seen all of these. Oculus, one of my favorite, this is a guilty pleasure of mine. There's so many people out there that say that this movie is not good. 13 Sins, another fantastic horror movie. I love these two movies. I really love these two horror movies. I love them. And see, this was how I used to feel about Jason Blum. Wow. And again, when I ask somebody, a horror fan, about Oculus, they'll go, it kind of sucked. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I don't know what it is. This is one of those examples, okay? This is one of those examples that I think everybody is missing the boat. Now, the premise is totally stupid. A fucking retarded, dumbass, fucking zero of a premise. A haunted mirror. But the way it was executed just blew my mind all apart. Fucking awesome. And I don't understand how, I just think that this is a masterpiece of a film that everybody has overlooked. Oculus is a masterpiece of a film that everybody has overlooked. I've even seen it twice. And you know something? That doesn't happen with me. Like, I might even watch it a third time down the road in some time. Right? I've seen it twice already, and it's only been 6 years. That doesn't happen with me. So don't tell me that, I just have to say all bad about Jason Blum. I don't. There was no politics in it. 13 Sins. I really love this movie as well. It fits my I love this type of movie. Horror movie. Love it. And, I saw, an evil culty sort of mega overlord, overseer type something or other. But there was no face put to it, I don't think. At the very end, I think there was, no, I don't think there was a face put to it. I think that was one of the Purge movies. But anyway, and even, the Purge Anarchy, it's still okay. I don't watch these types of things. Ouija, I skipped over. Jezebel, never heard of. Again, I'm not the Lazarus Effect. I think people liked it. 5 million. Yeah, they liked it okay. Unfriended. It was fine. It was about bullying. I know that bullying is a biggity big thing, but it's okay, whatever. The Gallows, I actually really enjoyed that one. This was a micro budget again, decided to go back to the beginning of the time, and it did really well at the box office. No money in, lots of money out. The Gift, I enjoyed it. Again, I'm not seeing an agenda. No agenda. Sinister. Cool idea. I didn't really like the sequel, and I didn't like that jump scare at the end of these movies. But the first one was great. The Visit, really interesting, really cool idea. Really enjoyed it. Green Inferno. That's crazy that it only $1 million. Am I getting this right? This is the one by that one director? Yeah. Oh my god, only $1 million it cost to make that? I guess those villagers, right, in that movie come cheap. I don't know. The Veil Martyrs. Okay, this is an extreme thing going on. This is just a crazy. I don't even know what to say about that movie. Just crazy. Hush, cool. Again, the Purge election year. But again, this movie was in production for like much before this. You know, it wasn't explicitly anti. Was it? See, I'm not getting a single side from this movie. I'm not getting a lefty vibe from it. I'm not. If it was there, I didn't see it. It was, I don't know, I forget what it was about, really. But anyway, I didn't see this. Split, okay. I thought it was overrated. People kept saying that he was just the best actor, ever. With James McAvoy or something. And I was like, it was okay. I don't know, not me. But here we go. Get Out. Now we're here. So Trump is president, and he's been in office for 2 months. But the run-up has been there. So this is very, very much an allegory. This is very much a metaphor for slavery. It is a movie about slavery. It's just slavery via hypnosis versus slavery via the whip. And I was like, oh my God, another movie about slavery? And it wasn't that good. This was so overrated of a movie. It was unbelievable. So overrated. Everybody was just talking, fucking blowing smoke up the fucking ass of this movie. And I watched it and I was like, really? This is the masterpiece that you guys you won't shut up about? Oh, it fits your political agenda. It's another fucking slavery thing. Oh, I get it now. Okay. Belko experiment. Now, again, it went back to normal. This is fine. I don't know if there was any bits in the movie about who was killing who, but it seemed like everybody was killing everybody. So, this is kind of like a throw them all in a room and fight to the death sort of movie. Like a Gladiator style. And those are kind of interesting movies. It wasn't that great. I like it, though. See, this style of movie, this type of, we're trapped here, now we gotta figure shit out, and it's a psychological, it's just like 13 Sins, right? 13 Sins was like that. 13 Sins. Except for a single person, but it was still cool. Like this mystery thing. And I really like it. So because this hits my genre, I like it. I over-like it more than most people. Ouija is not like that. It's just, I think, Oculus. I think that movie is a masterpiece, and people just keep overlooking it. This one, I fully admit that I like these types of movies, so I end up giving them a higher score than most people, which they don't deserve. It's just somehow these puzzly type, Colosseum, Gladiator type, trapped in a room movies, I just really enjoy. Okay, I don't know. Happy Death Day again. Now, this one is kind of mild. Okay. So this is still in 2017, Trump's first year in office. Still kind of mild. Right? And, but again, and so the mildness of this, and you saw the interview, right? So he's full on Trump derangement syndrome in his head. He just, it's just not manifesting itself inside of the movies to an extreme degree. Yet. It will. Get ready. So Happy Death Day, it's just basically as she becomes a better person, she becomes more and more left-wing. Which is not the case, but, as the saying goes, if you are 20 and you're a left, and by the way, Trump is very left-wing for a Republican. He's very left-wing. So I don't know what you guys are going on about. Just doesn't have a D beside his name, so it equals bad. Whatever. If R's, you don't like the letter R, right? So you just hate everybody with an R beside their name. That's it. It's just that simple. Okay, dumbass. Anyway, happy Death Day. It is just as she becomes a better person, she becomes more left-wing, which is not the case, but whatever. But it's still pretty mild. This is mild propaganda. Get Out is extreme. And I think maybe Jordan Peele was just on the verge of going completely crazy himself. But I don't know. Creep 2, I don't know. Now this one, Weinstein, well, he's working with Weinstein still in 2017. Somebody with this kind of, whatevers, maybe you just want to shut up and kind of go under the radar, just make movies and shut up. But anyway, I don't know about this movie. It was good, bad, indifferent. I have no idea. Totem, Insidious. This one had zero agenda. I think Insidious is too big of a property for him now, that he has to just kind of let it go or whatever. I don't know exactly how he runs his business. Maybe he just it's like most Hollywood, in my opinion. You come to them with a normal script, and they say no. You come to them with a lefty script, they say yes. But sometimes if you created something a long time ago, if it's a big property, then they just have to say yes no matter what. Truth or Dare, I didn't see the agenda here. It was just a really bad movie. Just this is typical Blumhouse. It's just crank it out. Throw $3.5 million at it and just crank it out. And then you make money. These movies are making money. Don't get it wrong. He's making a lot of money off of these little tiny budget movies. And then Upgrade. Again, this one is probably, we'll make your movie, but we need to do some edits. So it was a good movie, but you could clearly see the agenda. But it was like he was a stay-at-home father, so he was emasculated. And then the hacker chick was a girl, and she, didn't want to have anything to do with your pronouns. Don't mispronoun her, or it, whatever. So, yeah, there was the emasculation, but otherwise it was a good movie. And again, this is the guy from Saw made this movie. But like I said, he was probably told to go, you have to bring in a certain level of, anyway, I don't know. The first Purge was full out. Now we're starting to see a pattern with Blumhouse and the Blumhouse movies. This movie, The First Purge, is so fucking anti-white, anti-Christian, anti-everything. This movie is so fucking... This is a Black Lives Matter wet dream. This is porn for Black Lives Matter. The KKK showed up. All the white people in the movie were bad. I think all the white people. All the black people were good, even though that they were fucking drug, just crazy. The cops were, the bad guys would dress up as cops. It was so incredibly on the nose, and it was such a terrible movie. But it made all the money again. He can't lose for the money part. Unfriended Dark Web, I don't know. I don't know about that one. They're keeping it, don't know. Halloween, again, this is a big property. Oh, Black Klansman, this is obviously just full out a racial grievance movie. This is 100% white people suck movie. Got no time for it. Halloween is, now, it was a girl power, and they definitely emasculated the men. And it was a mediocre movie. This is not the masterpiece Halloween movie that people were talking it up as. All those people that were like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever, are fucking idiots. What are you talking about? You're not even making any sense. This movie is okay. It's on par with an H2O. and um, you know, it had some good points, but it also had some bad points, and you could definitely see the girl power pieces in this, like, just like over the top, stupid. Like there was a scene of Laurie and Michael kind of hand to hand in front of a window, and they just got finished showing Michael tearing men into little tiny pieces, stomping their heads in like watermelons. The strength on Michael Myers, they have demonstrated, like he is, you know, Superman basically. But then he gets to a hand-to-hand with Laurie Strode, a 70-year-old woman, and it's an even struggle. No, I'm sorry. He just punched a mechanic in the face and ripped out his teeth with his bare hands, ripped his jaw, his face open, and tore out his teeth. But now you're hand-to-hand with a 70-year-old woman, and it's like a struggle, like you're actually feeling like you're getting resistance. It's stupid. And then the emasculation of the husband in this movie, you know, bald, skinny, loser, noodle person. It's very clear, but it wasn't pervasive. It wasn't everywhere, but it was still there. Glass he stayed away from. He knows when to shut up, I would think. He knows when, you know, M. Night Shyamalan comes in and he's had a couple of hits. He knows to fucking back away, just open up the wallet and let some people. There are people in Hollywood that overshadow him, right? He got, you know, we just showed you a video of him getting booed off stage, right? He gets kicked in the ass too, and I'm kicking him in the ass again right here. I'm praising him where he deserves praise, and, you know, criticize him where he deserves criticism. Keep your stupid lefty Democrat politics out of the movies, and then I won't shit on them so much. Happy Death Day to You. Oh my God, was this ever a bad movie? I don't know how people are liking these movies. Thank goodness it's starting to calm down, but it's still like 9 million in and 65 million out. God, that's a lot of money. But whatever, right? And then Stockholm. I don't know what that is. But then Ma, okay? Obviously racist. The clear hatred of white people is in that movie is just from A to Z. All pasted all over the trailer. Even the black kid who is friends with the white people, as soon as in the trailer she painted his face white, I was like, oh, this is going to be porn for people who hate white people. This is going to be torture porn for for the left. Look at all, you know, she's tortured, and she even, I guess, I don't know. I hear that they show it all. She cuts off the white dick of this white teenager. Now these ones are in school, right? These kids are in high school. So that means, you know, 18 at the maximum. They're teenagers. This isn't college. I'm pretty sure it's not college. Now, granted, the actors are older, like they always are, but in the movie, she is cutting the dick off of and showing it all of a white teenager. And I guess you get to see the whole penis getting cut right off. So it's feminism, you know, a feminist fantasy. Cut the dick off the man, right? And, you know, it's just like in that talk show after that one story happened. And Ozzy Osbourne's wife on the talk show was like, yoo-hoo! She cut off his dick, woohoo! And then she laughs and cheers it. And then the whole internet kicked her, out of life. And then she had to go away for a while, and then she had to come back and apologize. You know, praising violence against men is maybe kind of the wrong thing to do. But when you're a demented lefty, you know, you don't know, right? It's strange that these people, paint themselves as the good guys, and then you just keep catching it over and over and over again. Deborah Messing, blacklist them all. Covington Catholic kid, just kill them. Kill all those fucking kids. Bomb the school. A girl cuts off a guy's penis. Woohoo! Great, fantastic. A black woman in a movie torturing a teenager, a white teenager, because a white man probably. I'm sure that the movie is about a white man did her wrong, and she's just going to get revenge. That's what the movie's about, right? And she even and it's so explicit, right? The movie is saying you can't even be friends. If you're a black person, you can't even be friends with a white man. I'm gonna paint your face white, and we're gonna kill you just the same. I'm gonna paint your face white, black kid, and I'm gonna torture and kill you because you were hanging out with these whiteys. Derangement, leftist derangement, insanity. So we're really off the rails here now. We're really off the rails. And actually, okay, so some stuff I don't know about. And then Black Christmas. Black Christmas is literally just feminism, like the worst and the stupidest and the dumbest and the most extreme feminism. Just kind of, they made a movie and then they splashed Black Christmas on top of it. The leftist agenda that's all this movie is. There's no movie here. This is a leftist agenda, and it's calling itself a movie. And it's so bad in every way. It's just terrible in everything, in every way. Fantasy Island, a very bad movie, but I don't know about the agenda. I don't care enough to look into it in any great detail. 7 million in, 45 out seat. And so I want you to understand, these, small budget filmmakers that, like a Jason Blum, he's making a lot of money, but all the big guys are losing it. This money is coming in from a movie theater, and the only reason the movie theaters exist is because big production studios are putting a lot of money into a movie that may or may not work. But here he is, Mr. Low Budget, feeding off of the fact that other people are risking their money. He's not going to risk his, no matter how bad the movie does, like this one, 5 million. No matter how bad the movie does, this is a very bad result. Very, very bad. But it's still technically a pass, because when you put nothing into it, it doesn't even matter if you get anything out of it. But again, the only reason these movies can exist is because other people are keeping the movie theaters open. Okay? So Fantasy Island, I'm just going to say I don't know about this film. I have no idea. The Invisible Man, okay, so this is the same as, it's getting worse. Lee Winnell, the guy from Saw, this is more. Upgrade, it was a good movie that just, they had to commie it up a little bit by emasculating the lead, by making him a stay-at-home father, and by making Hacker Chick a female, but also don't abuse her with the pronoun bullshit. Just had to bring that up. But outside of that, it was a good movie. This one, again, it's making money. It's making good money. It's almost at 100 million. And it's still in theaters. Came in number 2 this weekend, next to Onward. But people aren't seeing it. I don't know what it is. It's either lefties that just don't care, or they're not seeing it, or one of the two. But I mean, you can say it's an interesting modern take. Yeah, but it's not even about him. The movie is supposed to be about the Invisible Man, not the Invisible Man's ex-girlfriend. So that's the first problem. And then just to make it about a stupid story about an abusive husband. Are you kidding me? Really? Really? That's what, it's just like they took the Invisible Man and then they just put Men Bad. They just converted it into a film about how abusive men are. Because women actually can't find the abusive men, so they have to invent it. Just like your fake hate crimes, your Jussie Smolletts of the world. The left doesn't have anything to complain about, so they just invent it. It's just imaginary in their head. Men are bad to girls, so they if they keep telling themselves, it's just like abortion is not murder. These women, they know it is, but they just keep looking at the mirror and say, abortion is not murder. Abortion is not murder. It was just healthcare, to convince themselves that they are not a murderer. And they lie to themselves, just like they lie to themselves. They have to have something to fight, and they lie to themselves about how bad, how much men hate women, and they don't. Maybe in some cultures, but not over here, and it hasn't been like that forever. An extraordinarily long time. Thousands of years. Actually, really, honestly, never. The answer to that is never. Once you truly understand the whole everything about men and women, then you realize that, no, even at the Titanic, right? The men were putting the women and children on boats and staying behind to die. Right? They even showed that in the movie. But no, these women are just going to have it inside their head that, men are abusive bastards all over the place. It's just propaganda to keep families, to prevent men and women from getting together and creating families and being happy and healthy. Because that's what the left is. It's just about scumbaggery. Misery loves company. All their divorces and all their bullshit, all their evilness, they just want the rest of the people to come and join them. They're miserable, so misery loves company. Drag everybody down to their level. Like communism. But is it a good or a bad movie? I don't know. I'm checked out. For the most part, for Jason Blum, I'm done. But then now we have The Hunt coming up this weekend, and here we are. So again, this movie is about it was about Democrats drugging or looking for online what they think that a Republican is, by the way. What they think a Republican is. And they discover them, and they identify them, and then they somehow hunt them down in real life, drug them, kidnap them, and then ship them to a gaming reserve and release them, and then hunt them. And that's called The Hunt. What am I supposed to say about that? Huh? Again, if you're a Democrat, or if you're a lefty or a liberal or whatever, you're like, wow, you're like, have I not demonstrated the agenda here? Have I not shown you from when I had positive things to say about Jason Blum and his movies? Have I not been completely down the middle of, have I not demonstrated that he has flipped a switch and he's gone fucking crazy nutso and he deserves to be kicked out, and he is one of the reasons that we're all talking about boycotting Hollywood? Hollywood is full of scumbags. It's all agenda. What are you talking about? Don't fucking look at me and tell me that I'm crazy. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Once you go through all the steps of this weirdo, Trump derangement syndrome, living in a Hollywood lefty bubble, and you wonder why Hollywood is failing? Because right-wingers just see this insane craziness and don't want to have anything to do with it? Now, and, you know, like I said, all of the other horror fans out there will just look at me and call me out. Why are you bringing up politics? Why are you, you know, you shouldn't be talking about politics. They're just horror movies. You know, be nicer. Be nicey nicer. They're coming at me for pointing this shit out. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? You know how fucking, you know, like, I mean, how much more obvious can it get? You're reading into things that aren't really there. No, I'm not. And I don't care what you have to say. That's why I'm like the only horror person on the internet that is explicitly right-wing and is calling this shit out. Only when it, you know, gets turned up to, you know, 11 out of 10, like it did in Black Christmas. It was so explicitly left-wing. It was so explicitly just a, you know, a feminist giving a lecture to the audience. And so these types of things, it just slowly chips away. You know, when you go see Black Christmas at the movie theater, right? Doesn't that just kind of kill all movies for you, right? You were like just sitting there and being lectured to by some dummy feminist being a fucking idiot that thinks that she knows how to make a movie. It's fucking gross. Don't fucking come at me. Now, like I said, this hunt, I'm going to make myself a coffee and have a little break. Yeah, I'll be right back. So, back. How's the stream doing? Pretty good. Cat cam's doing all right. It's kind of cloudy outside here today. But, so announced. Yeah, some of these are really bad off. Oh, the bedroom window, that's him. Just the rear window. It's just Rear Window, but girl version. Rear Window is fucking fantastic Alfred Hitchcock movie. I don't know. So like I said, this guy is what you would kind of consider a parasite of Hollywood. He's, instead of getting bigger in the budgets, you can see that they're just like, this might have something to do with this big number. They do have an Oscar award-winning actress in, the lead role, and some reshoots, maybe, possibly. Like I said, after this movie got pulled, did they go back to the drawing board to tone it down, to kind of, appease, just go a little bit both-sided? Because, if people come out and say, yep, it's all one side, it's more Trump derangement syndrome, then that movie probably won't do well. But if they come out of the movie and say, hey, this is pretty down the middle, it's just, yeah, sure, the Democrats started the war, but the conservatives and, the Republicans in the movie ended up winning. They were depicted as the good guys. And by the way, I never thought that the movie should have been pulled in the first place. No. I say let it go. I'm not for censorship. If you want to be a deranged lefty lunatic with your... I want you to demonstrate... I want you to show us your fantasies, your death, murderous, violent, political war fantasies. Do it, just like Kathy Griffin did, holding up Trump's head, right? The wax Trump's head with all the blood all over. I want you to show it to us. I don't want you to do it. Now, is this insane lefty lunatic? It just turns people off. Honestly, these lefties that are sitting over there on Twitter and going, yeah. They're just sitting there on Twitter doing it. In real life, if they looked out their window and they saw, just up against the wall, 10 people, and they were all shot in the head, and all their heads exploded, men, women, and children, they're gonna go, oh fuck. Now it's one thing to have your murderous fantasies, but it's another to see it up close, right? I don't know how the war people in the war do it other than just die. Some people survive that shit, but, the actual, like even the communists knew that when they came into the middle of the house, or in the middle of the night, they kidnapped somebody, they took them away, right? The mass murders were, it's like you just disappeared. You're gone now. You no longer exist. You're either in a gulag or you're in a hole in the ground. One of the reasons why I don't think World War III will ever happen is because of cell phones. And I'm not joking. When people are videotaping, like all the war stuff, as long as the electricity and the internet is still going, right? And people are still sharing stuff. Where there's internet, people will be able to share stuff. Once you start seeing babies without heads because they were blown off, and, a dead mom holding a baby arm, and then the baby is, kind of 2 feet away, dead. As soon as you start seeing stuff like that, I think you're not going to be so pro-war anymore. I think, do you remember the Vietnam War where that one girl just got napalmed and she was running naked? They say that image shut down the war. The image of, Tiananmen Square, that kid, that brave kid who was probably executed shortly afterwards, stood in front of the tank. A picture that says 1,000 words, and the tank kept trying to wheel around it. These murderous death fantasies, it's one thing when they're a fantasy. It's quite another thing when you're looking at it straight on, and you're like, holy fuck. And by the way, if you're just, I hate Whitey, I hate Whitey, I hate Whitey, I can't wait for the race war, you do realize that, all those white people that are saying that, even the Jews, you have pale skin, that you're going to be hunted as well, right? It's just this, these murderous fantasies that the left has. Now, are they going to be able to follow through with it? Some of them. But you also got to remember that the actual communists, once they're done with the lefty liberal, multi-gendered feminist types, right? Soy boys. Once they have used those groups in order to bring in the communism, now not right away, but the communism has absolutely no time for those feminist, multi-gendered soy boys. No time at all. No time. There's no time for them. Now, not right away. They'll be sort of thankful to you for getting them in. And there'll be a few years of real good prosperity. Because things don't change as fast as you think they do. But then the shit is going to hit the fan. Now that you've got a dictator up there, the power is going to go to his head. And kind of like, the Trump derangement syndrome has really gotten to Jason Blum and turned him inside out and upside down. To the point where he's actually, producing movies that it's like literally Democrats hunting Republicans. And of course, they're women leads, right? And what does that say? You can say, oh, well, they're strong women. They're fighting the war, the political war up here. There's a girl lead on the one side, and there's a girl lead on the other side. And then you go, I thought you girls said that once you guys get in charge, there was going to be peace all over the place. Once the girls, girls like the peace, not the war. It's the men who brought the war. That's why we need the girls in charge. Because the girls aren't going to do the wars. Because all the girls are perfectly good, peaceful. And which, by the way, is not true. They're much more violent than men. Much more. Actually, lesbian couples are the most violent out of any type of couple. Gay men at the bottom, straight couples in the middle. And guess what? So the more women you have in your romantic relationship, the more violent it becomes. Statistics are a bitch, aren't they? Just terrible bitches. But anyway, see, there's no way to actually do leftist stuff correctly. There isn't. Because none of it makes any sense. And leftism changes from year to year. So when you started making this movie, leftism changed. Just take a look at the Pussy March. Pussy Hat March. Remember? Remember that? Remember all this? Right? Remember all this? I don't know why that guy is wearing a brown hat. For poop? You got the pussy and the poop. You got the back hole. You got the front hole and the back hole. So they're all just so happy with themselves that they're all being such good feminists, right? Look at the frickin' Pussy Hat March, right? And now, let's fast forward 1 year. 1 year. There you go. So the following year, those hats that were so stunning and brave and stunning and brave and stunning and stunning and stunning and brave, right? They are now racist and transphobic. Why are they racist? Because they're pink, and not all vaginas, not all pussies are pink. So some are brown, some are yellow, some are red, you know, basically black. For black people, they're racist. This is a racist, you know, 1 year, they're stunning and brave, and they're stunning and brave, and they're all fighting the patriarchy out here, just so stunning and brave, right? And then the very next year, when is this? Oh, aren't inclusive. So it's already been followed up. So I think it was probably the first year, 2017, right? The first year, because this is really just an anti-Trump march. This is an I hate Trump march. They called it a feminist, a women's march or something, but it wasn't. And it's transphobic because not all people with pussies are women. Because some women have penises and some men have vaginas. So literally in a single year, right, from the first Pussy Hat Women's March, everybody was wearing the pussy hats. So this is leftism. It can't even keep track of itself. It changes. So nothing is going to make sense. But even if you were able to make a movie in a day, it still doesn't make any goddamn sense. Look at Black Christmas. Like, this is supposed to be a girl power, rah, 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 girl power. But then they depicted the men that they were fighting in the movie were actually possessed by some black goo, which is really stupid. It has nothing to do with the original masterpiece. But they were possessed. So the men weren't really bad. They were just being controlled by some black goo. So that's not even a feminist message. But all of this leftist politics, none of it makes any sense. So you're going to be able to poke holes in all of it. Like I just said, you got in the hunt, you got a girl on the, leading the Democrat team, and a girl leading the, because it's like, oh, strong women, right? Strong women. Got to put the women in charge of, all the things because but, I thought you guys said, 10 years ago when you guys were talking about the feminism, you were saying that, oh, no, once we get the ladies in charge, they're going to be just all perfectly good little, all the war is going to go away, right? Remember those? No more war, because war is about the men. But now it's just like, no, they can't even keep track. The Pussy Hat March is a great example of they can't even keep track of themselves. And you can't. Just think of the word Negro, right? And then it was colored person. And then it was black. And then it was, African American. And now it's person of color. Like, they change all the time. What are you going to, now that's over a period of time or whatever. But whatever. It's just stupid. It's just all stupid. All these airheads, chicky poos, are just full of stupid. And they're just going on to get along, and they're just fucking riding the wave of stupid, their college professor told them to go out and fight the patriarchy by wearing a vagina hat and to protest Donald Trump. That's just so stupid. So fucking stupid. And gross, really. But like I said, the very next year is like, no, they're racist and sexist. You can't use pink pussy hats. So it's like they're basically admitting, they're saying that these enlightened chickie poos, right? All these super enlightened chickie poos are just really stupid because they couldn't even see the racism and the transphobia in what they were doing. And what does that mean? That all these women are stupid and they're all racist and transphobic? Because, or were they just like naive and now that they know they're good to go again? It's all so dumb. Just so dumb. But don't tell me. Now, I don't know what this movie's about. Not safe for work. Oh, maybe it's just a home video. I don't know what it is. Don't know. Anyway. But I mean, and then Halloween Kills. So I don't know if this next Halloween, I don't know. I think people have come off the high of the last Halloween. He ruined Black Christmas, but it doesn't matter, right? Like I said, Jason Blum has a formula. Don't spend a lot of money so that you're never disappointed. Don't overspend on your movies. It's actually kind of good advice, right? Because if you always just spend a small amount, even if it bombs, you made your money back. But then again, it's still not good for the movie theaters. This can only exist. This can only exist when big companies are spending big money to bring in the big crowds. Otherwise, it just fades away. There's no... Because if the A-list, if the A-list says, no, we're not going to spend the big money anymore, then the A-list becomes the B-list, and then the B-list becomes the C-list, and then the C-list becomes the D-list, and then the D-list has to go find something else to do. Go start a YouTube channel, open a restaurant, do something else with your life because you're not going to be making movies. Because the A-list is now the B-list, and the B-list is now the C-list, and the C-list is now the D-list, and the D-list has to go find something else to do with their life. Just the way it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think, if you've got a YouTube channel, then you are actually creating entertainment for the masses. And it's all good. And there's so much out there. You don't need, independent horror. You don't need the big guys. Forget about these ones, right? Just, you're going to have to start to dig deep and look harder. These are too mainstream. Horror movies that don't hit, just go to, I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really care all that much. I care mostly about politics. I'd like to watch a good horror movie now and again, but, see, there's another thing. It's not just the agenda, folks. If it was just the agenda, that would be something. But it's the quality of the frickin' movie. The quality of these movies is just so fucking down in the toilet. Right? Where's the genre? Like, Once Upon a Time, just like every other genre, by the way, genre is in the toilet, just like all the others, right? There used to be, like, really interesting films. But look at 2019's offerings. It Chapter 2, that's the biggest moneymaker of the year. No thanks. No, it wasn't even good. And that's supposed to be the biggest one. Annabelle Comes Home. I haven't seen any of these movies. I'm kind of done. No. An inferior version of a masterpiece. No thank you. Too racist. Crawl. I guess it was kind of, this is okay for a popcorn flick, just going, but, I mean, a girl fighting an alligator, I just, no thanks. Just kind of feminism. Dr. Sleep, some say that it was an okay movie, but it was not a good sequel, and I'm going to go with that. A good movie, but not a good sequel, and all I really care about is The Shining, so, no. And then plus, when he was marketing, he was selling Birds of Prey, and all of the feminist yippity-yap that he was saying just turned me off of him completely. So his marketing of Birds of Prey actually turned me off of this movie. That's how cross things happen, right? Child's Play, nobody gave it really great reviews, and I just got finished watching a bad one. Come on, The Cult of Chucky. Come on, guys, what are we doing? So many, just like, at least if you're going to make just a bunch of bad Child's Play, put some space in between them so we can catch our breath. So we can go, well, that was shitty, and then get that one out of the head, and then relive our love for the first few, and then get excited again. See, that's how it has to be. When you put out a shitty, we have to rinse that out of our head, and then we have to have time to remember when it was good, right? And then get that back into our head so that we can go see another one. Midsummer. No. Style over substance. No thank you. Not interested. Countdown. Really bad, frickin' just the low budgety kitty kid horror. Just really crap. Hellboy, nope. Brightburn. Some people said that they liked it. I put it on, and I tried to watch it, and I couldn't get through it because it was just too standard. It was so predictable and just not scary. The Prodigy, everybody hated it. The Grudge, I don't know why that's here. It should be in the next year, but, nothing actually came out in 2019 that was, like, even really good. I don't know why this is here. It should be in the following one. Did it come out in a limited release or a foreign market in 2019? I don't know. But this is very unexciting. Now, there were some movies that did not hit the theaters that were pretty interesting, but not this. And how many of this was Blumhouse, right? Well, I know that Ma was. How much did Blumhouse contribute to the horror shit show I'm checked out. I'm so checked out. So, 2019. Where are we? Start. Okay, Glass. Okay. Non-horror movie. It was good. Yeah, it was good. Not great, but it was fine. Happy Death Day to You. I did not like this movie at all. It really went kooky looky wooky. Ma. No thanks. Too racist. I don't know what this is. Did it make any money? Nope. Is this a non-horror movie? No, it's a weird horror movie. It looks so bad. And I think it's racist too, to be honest. I'm not sure. I think it's anti-white, but I'm not positive. I think I looked into this, and I'm pretty sure this is an anti-white movie, but I'm not positive. And then all this other stuff that happened elsewhere, I guess. But Black Christmas, oh my God. What a shit show at the end of 2019 this movie was. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, did they, I don't know. I'm out. And, you know, I'll be sitting back here eating popcorn, watching Hollywood fail, and the movie theaters start to close, and it'll be interesting to see what the individuals in Hollywood have to say about it. Trump killed the frickin' Hollywood. Trump killed the entertainment industry. Probably just like when their movie fails, are they going to learn? I doubt it. I bet you they're just going to say, men killed, white people killed, Hollywood. Stupid racist Republicans killed Hollywood. I bet you that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to be crazy. Anyway. Okay. I'm going to end this here. And I guess we will see you later on today. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye now.